Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought today we could talk about my July TBR, all the books I want to read in July. I do have a pretty extensive and very ambitious July TBR, but if I read the same way that I was reading in June, I think I'll be able to achieve it. Let's see. I do have some lit fic in there. I have some horror. I have some romance. I also have some Summerween pics. So I'm just really excited. If you're new here, I do all Halloween and bookish content. So if you haven't already, subscribe. What are you doing? Let's hang out and let's stop yapping and let's get into my July TBR, shall we? So like I said, this is a very ambitious TBR, but I'm so excited to just talk to you guys about it because I've been staring at these books for like the longest time and I was like, I cannot wait to read these. So let's get into it. Starting off the list, I do want to read Doohickey by Stephen King. I think I'm saying that correct. Doohickey by Stephen King. I'm really excited. This is giving Summerween. The cover is giving Summerween. I am so freaking excited to read this book. I have been looking for this hardcover copy for the longest time and I was just in Seattle visiting some friends. I went to Half Price Books with one of my besties and they had this cover for 14 bucks. Yes. Immediate grab. I immediately got it and I'm super excited. This is about a man that after a accident, he moves from Minnesota to Doohickey, which is a Florida, I'm assuming it's a fictional place in Florida. Yeah, a remote island in Florida, and he becomes really interested in painting, kind of like a hobby, I'm assuming, and these paintings become more lifelike and more of like an eerie vibe, and he starts figuring out that the island has a couple secrets, some eerie feels to it. So I don't know. That's all I know about this book. It's very vague, but I'm really excited, and it is a pretty hefty book. I'm telling you guys, very ambitious, but oh, you know what? It's about 600 pages. It's a pretty large print, so I think I'll be able to nail this. Let's see. I'm obsessed with the cover. The cover, it's very Summerween. I'm really excited to read this book. So Stephen King, Doohickey. That rhymed. After Doohickey, I do want to read Into the Blue by Emma Brody. I have no clue what this book is about. All I know is apparently I think it's a friends to lovers and something about Saturday Night Live. Honestly, what made me pick this up is that everybody is literally devastated after reading this book and I'm sad. I love this. It's giving me like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm gonna be just as devastated as Atmosphere, but I'm not sure. Something about the cover is giving me that vibe. Apparently it's like a friends to lovers, something about Saturday Night Live. They meet, it's like a second chance type of thing. They meet, they become friends, then lovers, then they kind of lose contact for a couple years and then they meet up again while they're producing a TV show together. It goes from there. That's all I know from this book. So I'm really excited to read Into the Blue. I love the cover so much. Next, I do want to read The Place Where They Buried Your Heart by Christina Henry. I have heard so many good things about this book. If you guys don't follow Kaylee on TikTok and Instagram, you guys have to. She is like the book talk influencer. Whatever she says, I will buy. This is it. She said this is like almost like a Monster House vibe book and I am sad. It's perfect for Summerween. I'm really excited to dive into it. She just said Monster House and I said at TBR. So I am reading this in July. Next is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I feel like all Emily Henry books are like summer vibes. I read Happy Place by her and I absolutely loved it. I read Beach Read. I love Beach Read. I also read People We Meet on Vacation. I did not really like that book, but I'm really excited to read Funny Story. I've heard that this is probably like her best one and I think I'm gonna do a little buddy read with my sister-in-law and read this book. Like I said, all of Emily Henry books are like summer for me, like something that you just bring to the beach and you binge read. I don't know much about this particular book. All I know is that I think she works in a library or something like that, and obviously it's a contemporary romance, something fluffy, something cute, something to light up the vibe. Really excited to read Funny Story by Emily Henry. To keep with the contemporary romance, I do want to read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This has been on my physical TBR for the longest freaking time. time. The cover is giving summer, and that's honestly the only reason why I bought this book. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was because the cover was giving me summer, and I have yet to read it. It's been like 2 years since I've gotten this book. It is time for me to read this book. It is a contemporary romance, like I said. I think it's like an enemies to lovers, forced proximity type of trope and book. So I'm really excited to dive into it. Again, a fluffy, light romance book. This is something that you binge read at the pool, at the beach. So I'm really excited to read this book. And then I also want to read 5 Midnights by Anne Davila Cardinal. This is a horror book set in Puerto Rico. I did read House of Bone and Rain by Gabino Iglesias this month, which I'll talk more about it in my reading wrap up, my June reading wrap up. But I love that book so freaking much. And yes, this is a different author, but maybe it's because I'm biased. I'm Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in the island, so it's really easy for me to immerse myself into these books because I know what they're talking about. Like I can see myself there because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So I am really excited to see if this book does the exact same thing. It is a horror book, like I said. It talks about Caribbean folklore, Puerto Rico folklore, eerie stuff. I think it's 2 teenagers and they have to like solve a mystery murder or something like that, but they find folklore and legends and just eerie stuff around the island. I am really excited. And then second to last, I want to read Jaws. I talked about this in my Summerween TBR. It is the book that inspired the movie, but I've heard it's a little bit different. So if you've seen Jaws and if you've read this book, which one did you prefer? Because I don't have high hopes, guys. I don't. I love Jaws, the movie, so much, and I have a feeling this is not gonna be hitting the same way. But I still want to give it a chance. I still want to read the book because I love the movie so much. I don't think I need to say much about that. I feel like everybody has seen Jaws. If you haven't seen Jaws, are you living under a rock? Go see Jaws. And then last but not least, this is a repeat from my June TBR because I am not finishing this month. This is The Taste of Sugar by Maricel Vera. It is also set in Puerto Rico. It follows a woman who is immigrating to Hawaii from Puerto Rico after the the late 1800s economic crisis. Is this correct? Yes. I'm looking up like if there's a whiteboard there. There isn't. It's just my brain. I'm really excited to read this book. Like I said in my last TBR video, I am very well aware of the immigration and the economic crisis that happened from Puerto Rico to Hawaii. So I am just really excited to dive into this historical fiction and just expand my knowledge on it a little bit more. But yeah, guys, this is my super extensive and very ambitious July TBR. I am really excited to read all these books. Like I said, if I read in July the same way that I was reading in June, I think I'll be able to finish all these books. But yeah, what are you guys reading in July? I need to set these down. These are heavy as hell. What are you guys reading in July? I would love to know. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? Let's hang out. I do all bookish and Halloween content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.